Whoa-wee! Do I have news for you? Guess what I just found out? Well, first off, it's Cancer Man, and I always have news. I'm kind of like the Paul Revere of the cancer world. I have news for you. Do you know that if you live long enough after chemotherapy and radiation, you get mucosa in the duodenum? Mucosa in the duodenum. That means that the whole duodenum, the upper intestine, gets lined with junk and can't function. And that's why the constipation happens. And that's why all the weird stuff happens in the vagus nerve. And that mucosa can spread to the stomach, which it did with me. That's what we just found out from doing the endoscopy. Yeah, I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy. Yep, I had them both. No polyps, but I have diverticulitis. I have diverticulosis. I got them both. Yeah. And that happens too. That happens sooner, though. That happens 3 to 4 years after chemotherapy. But I got the whole shebang because if you live long enough after chemotherapy and radiation, you're lucky to get the mucosa, which is what I've got, which is affecting the vagus nerve. And, of course, also I have, duodenitis. I think that's what it's called. Duodenitis. That means that the spasms are in the duodenum. Okay? In the upper intestine. Can't even pronounce it. I'm going to learn this all, though, because I just found out yesterday what happened to me and what's been happening. And, of course, all that hits the vagus nerve. Basically, most illnesses seem to start in the intestines and spread up through the body from the intestines to the vagus nerve and all the way to the brain. Parkinson's and all these brain disorders that we have, dementia, all seem to come from the vagus nerve. Doesn't get enough serotonin or dopamine in the brain. And that comes from the intestines all the way up through the body. And that's why people have heart attacks. And that's why people have a lot of problems, because the vagus nerve is jammed because the intestines are jammed. So, if you want to take care of yourself, better learn to eat food that gets through you. Now, what have I learned? Magnesium. Magnesium seems to work wonders on the body. The British Health Service claims that the mistake they made was they didn't prescribe people magnesium citrate every day. They thought magnesium citrate was something you'd take every once in a while. Now they realize people with chronic health conditions need to take magnesium citrate every day. So I learned that from the British Health Service. And now I take magnesium citrate every day, little spoonfuls of it. Better than taking Senna or even MiraLAX or whatever that stuff is they sell over the counter in Costco and all these pharmacies. A little magnesium citrate, because it does what? Cleans the body out, and it also magnesium builds cells. And the secret is build more good cells than bad cells. Build more good cells than bad cells. That's what we got to do. And that's why I stay with the hydrogen and also the propolis. Because the propolis honey also destroys the bad bacteria, which is growing because the duodenum has mucosa and therefore is creating tons of bad bacteria in the body, and the body's being taken over by bad bacteria. I don't have H. pylori, but I've got a lot of bad bacteria. So, if you want to get well, you got to live well. And that means a lot of blended drinks, a lot of hydrogen, and that includes tons of hydrogen water. Also, not just breathing it. I bathe in hydrogen. So, hydrogen, propolis, and magnesium. And magnesium citrate, the British Health Service says we can take it every day. And so I've been taking it every day, and it sure has been a relief to clean out my intestinal system and rebuild cells. So this is Cancer Man letting you know what I found out. And hey, it's up, up, and away!